Addiction. Addiction to the things of this world that causes us to stray far away from our duty and responsibility, causing us to lose all sensibility as long as we have our fix. When our addictions of this world is what really needs repair, otherwise it'll lead to destruction, suffering, and despair. Addictions like
drinking and drugs and money and technology.
Addiction to drinking and getting drunk. Who would have thunk that first little sip would cause me to slip into such a deep hole? Look how far I've sunk. They say that drinking is a form of relaxation, causing you to lose your cool and sophistication. Dancing on tables or getting a girl knocked up or arrested and locked up. For going on a joyride where there's no joy when you run over a child, drinking and driving and going wild. You may think it's all fun and games, but you need to realize that there's others driving in the other lanes.
Drinking out your pain, even to have a good time, can lead to a bad situation. Don't turn to these addictions just because you want attention. Hard times might be facing you, but look at the other side of the equation. A light that shines so bright is waiting for you, hoping that you give in and let him drive your life's car so you don't have to crash your wife's car. Drinking makes you a bad influence around your friends, showing them what your life depends on, revealing to them your broken spirit. You can't glue back together that broken glass, so you turn to drugs and start smoking that grass.
Addiction to drugs and getting high, everyday high, watching the light fly by. Sticking needles in your arm, might as well use a knife, because you're wasting your time and wasting your life. Drugs can ruin your life because it exposes your shameful self. So you keep running around like crazy, knock things off the shelf, until you lose it because you can't use it. You've abused it. Everywhere is pain and suffering. Your friends, family, yourself are ripped apart. You forgot all your loved ones because you put them down since you started using drugs and want more and more. Drugs make you feel crazy. You start to pound the floor. Soon you're too poor and want to get some more. So you begin to turn to more devious ways to get more. Your body starts to get sore and weaken till your physical body is beaten by the drug lords of the world who you owe money to, taking a hit here, taking a shot there. Slipping your life away, addiction to your drug will soon leave you trapped within your soul. And you're running out of cash flow to support these addictions.
addiction to gambling, addiction to money will lead you scrambling for money like a bear scrambles for honey. Willing to get stung, taking big risks like Evel Knievel, because the love of money is the root of all evil. When you gamble, you want to gamble more and more, keeping on going for the bigger score. Once you start, you ain't gonna want to stop, ever since you saw that first coin drop. Sometimes you win, but sometimes you lose. When you gamble, you think you're gonna win as the dice continues to spin, but you lose more money. And you can lose your life by gambling. You can lose your husband or wife by gambling. You can cause further strides in your life by gambling, letting yourself go until your pockets are empty.
It ain't about the money, money, money. You say the world is revolved around money, being caught up with gambling. You don't seem to realize your true treasures in life. Losing more than just your own control in life, but as well as your family, your job, moving closer to a downfall. So caught up in making that money, working overtime hours at the expense of your family, forgetting your friends, and taking care of loose ends. So as long as you're making a few more dollars and cents, neglecting your kids from the attention they deserve, and then have the nerve to blame others but yourself. We're talking about pride taking its full stride, willing to take the bribe. As long as your pockets are filled, though it doesn't matter whose blood is spilled, constantly wanting more, no such thing as enough, you've filled your cup. Your cup is overflowing, so you go get a bucket. Your eyes are glued to tracking the stock market, managing multiple bank accounts online, taking advantage of technology to increase your gold mine. Addiction to technology, dependence on computers, learning from internet rather than learning from actual tutors, gadgets at the ready for any and all occasions. It's just an excuse to keep you from joining conversations and starting new relations. Technology is not a want, is a want, not a need. You don't need these things to survive everyday life. Spending all your days glued to the TV, watching the time pass by. Technology messes with your biology, but you just go to the prime outlets where there's video games, iPods, iPads, computers, the latest knickknacks and gadgets. Whatever new comes out next. Oh, I just got a text. An addiction should be a temporary thing, like eating a chicken wing. Why stay at home all day on your computer rather than go out and minister. I know it's like 105 degrees, but people please. There's someone out there that wants you to be addicted to him. With him, your walk through life won't be so dim. So stop playing Angry Birds and get to reading his words. Read the Bible and you'll see his never-ending passion. His love should be worn on display like it's the hottest fashion. God should be first in your life, not these man-made things that easily become routine. Love God because it says in 1 John 4:19, we love God because he first loved us. So just let it go and let God use you for his purpose.
I know technology messes with your brain, but don't worry, just believe in his name. He will be there for you even when you feel blue. At all times, look at the cross because you know he is the boss. Don't keep yourself away from Christ. Unlike those expensive gadgets made out of metal and plastic, he is never priced. Too much technology or electronics are bad for you. Don't join those crews. Instead, join God's crew because he can share the good news to you.
Pleasure or addiction? For those who are going through this thing for you right now, the adrenaline you get out of it, the happiness you get from it. But ask yourself, is this really pleasing God? Is your pleasure pleasing God? And is your addiction pleasing to God? To leave these things alone for quite some time won't be as difficult as saying goodbye. Maybe addiction is you can't find real pleasure through God and only him. What you need is spiritual pleasures through serving and loving God. Then you will realize that there's something more meaningful than addiction. It is feeling satisfied and content with what you have with God. These spiritual pleasures are the real deal. All you need to do is let it all go and let God take the wheel. Only spiritual pleasures can truly replace and fill in the gap of feeling empty and lonely. These negative things took over your life for so many years, something you kept trusting but kept forsaking you. You were too blind to notice. Close the doors, chain it up. Don't let this passion of pleasure and addiction come into your life anymore. Once you find God's passion for you, his addiction for you, you will find the pleasure of getting to know him. Don't use your addictions and pleasure on worldly things, but use it to know God more. This is not a see you later, a welcome back, I miss you thing, but a goodbye for good. So let go and let God in, and I'm certain he will take care of the rest. Thank you.